Dublin against Laois this weekend at Parnell Park. Now, Laois have been definitely missing players. Matty Kenny was asked specifically about players he's missing. You know, he's dealt a list. Liam Rush, Conal Keeney, Fintan McGibb, a couple more players too. But it's so important for Dublin to get a win, just so that the nagging kind of doubts from last year, from what's happened at the start of this year, even losing Walsh Cup to Galway, which isn't that important. Like winning is a habit, and I know Matty very well. He'll want to win this game.
It's losing like a World Cup semi-final, that is not important, but when that stacks up with, you know, been beaten by Laois last year, been beaten by Galway in the World Cup, it's always nice to, like, if you can get a title under your belt, it's just a little bit of money in the bank or whatever. Last weekend was atrocious. No point in saying any different. It was atrocious. They showed absolutely nothing. It was a real malfunction. All over the pitch it was a malfunction. Starting in goals. And I'd imagine to be a fair, I don't know if there'll be a spring in their step, but there'll be this nagging thing in the back of their head where they think, we have to show something this weekend. We have to show something. They shouldn't need any motivation with Laois coming up to Dublin, in fairness. After last year, the whole thing that has set off this, like, in inverted commas, rot was Laois. And now it's a different Laois side than the one that would have played Dublin last year. They're down a fair few bodies as well. They'll probably see this as a decent opportunity, especially they played against Wexford last weekend, were very competitive for long stages, and Wexford's class kind of pulled through. They're playing a Dublin side who were abysmal against Kilkenny last weekend, so they're coming in and probably smelling an opportunity, and if they were to get a result, there's a great chance of them avoiding any relegation playoff or anything like that, because if all they have to do is get a result then against Carlow and they're safe.
I think Matty would love to get an extended run of the league now, and I know they got to the semi-final last year, could have gotten hammered by Limerick, but actually kind of pegged them back. And in, like, if we look at Group B of Division 1, so they've lost to Kilkenny. The other teams in there are Laois, Carlow, Wexford, Clare. They actually have a fair chance. If they can turn it around, and 100% turn it around quickly, they actually could make a decent burst in the league. And the reason that I'd say he'd want to keep the team together as long as possible is he just wants game time with him. He wants to hone that game plan. And like I've seen, it took a couple of years to get that game plan going with Kula. And it evolved over time. But I just think the more time he gets with them, the more he feels he can mould them the way he wants them.
And particularly up front. And particularly if you have a fit Mark Schutte.
And they look poor up front at the moment.
Yeah, they did, yeah. And like Mark Schutte was involved last year, but hardly did he play a minute?
He's just pretty much injured the whole time. And even this year, like he played against Galway, didn't go his way, came on the last day, but like the entire forward line was shocking. Imagine having 15 men from most of the game and looking like you're the team that's down a man.
Yeah, and Donald Burke obviously is back in as well. He's going to be busy with DCU, but he's back in there too, and they'll want to integrate Conal Keeney back in there. They'll want to have some sort of shape on their forward line by the end of the league. An extra game. If they get their house in order, they could still easily get second or third. They could definitely third anyway. If Wexford were to beat them, that means they have to beat Clare, Carlow, and Laois. So it's still very, very achievable. And I'm chatting to some people in Dublin, they kind of think the league is going to be a bit of a slow burner and they'll be slow to kind of come around. I'm not sure if they can afford that. They're not the sort of team where they've done nothing in the league and then they're coming into the championship and they're like waiting in the long grass. I think they're a team that needs to do it consistently to almost have the confidence that they're going to do it again in championship. They did it last year in the league, like did a good run in the league, followed up in championship.
And Laois, you know, it's a fair old dry run for the championship, so they'll want to get good performances there.